Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Welcome back to Nat Scraps. My name is Natalie Pekonik and today we are working on day, I did this last video didn't I guys, day 18 guys, day 18 of Christy's Beautiful Lives, 30 days of sketches. If you don't know what this is all about, head down into the description, head over to her Facebook page and check it out. Today's sketch is by Deb Telbrod. Sorry, Deb, if I have mutilated your name, I do apologize. Cute little sketch, had some little bubbles coming out the top, bottom, and the sides. We're going to create this fun page of my daughter, who every time we go to Bali, she's been about 5 times now, she lives on watermelon juice. So we're going to do a watermelon page. I think I've scrapped these photos before. I don't think I've scrapped the newest photo, which is in the bottom right hand corner at the moment. That is from our last trip to Bali this year we went to Bali. It's only a few months ago. And so that's there, so I haven't done that, but the other two I think I have, and I have scrapped this story again, but there is no rules, people. There's nothing to say that we can't scrapbook a photo more than once. I'm starting off by creating, you've seen in that sketch that there's those little bits in the top right, bottom left corners. I'm creating those first, and then I kind of have this brainwave, guys, and I'm not sure if you're going to be able to follow what I did on the screen, but I'll try my best to talk you through it. I started off thinking I was going to use this lovely blue in the background here, and all that jazz. I got onto my computer, guys, and I was trying to figure out how I was going to use this Cricut cut that I'd found. Now wasn't from Cricut Access, it was from somewhere else. I ended up figuring out I don't have a pen or a text or anything for my Cricut machine. I keep meaning to order some, but I haven't. But I figured out I could whack my grey lead into the Cricut machine, use the draw feature, and I could draw parts of this image and then hand draw, as you can see, over the top. So I don't know if you can faintly see the grey lead lines that I used behind. Then you can see we kind of skip forward a little bit there, but I then drew in over the top of those, went back to the Cricut machine and cut different bits and pieces of the colors. Now this image is very kind of like abstract in ways, so there's tiny little bits of color in certain spots, but it's not everywhere. So I went about trying to fill in the image where I could with the bits that I had cut. I did have to go back and cut some things a second time, a third time, and soon you'll see we'll skip forward to where I've put the majority of the pieces in. I do have to hand draw in a couple of little bit more pieces around some fine lines and bits and pieces there, but I quite like the finished product. It's nothing like what I started out to create. It doesn't mean I lost a photo in there somewhere because this image was so big and in the middle, but I felt like it did the sketch justice, but it was something very different to what it started out being. I just trimmed those photos down just a smidge more to allow my room. And then layered them up on black because I did want them to pop, and I thought with the black in the picture hand drawn behind, then that would help pop the pictures out a little bit from it too. There are some little bits of greenery that go in there as well, and I do get halfway through the straw and realize I didn't cut all the straw pieces, so I had to go back and do that again. Now this video is not that long, but gee, this took me a long time in the afternoon. It was like ages and ages. The original Cricut sketch had like a lemon piece in that corner. I just didn't draw it in and didn't cut the pieces for the lemon, but I wanted to put a slice of watermelon there because obviously it's about watermelon juice, not about lemon juice. So you can see here I'm just redrawing in where the glass would be, and I'm hoping it will look like it's been slid into the side of the glass. I don't know if it will, if it's effective, but that's what is there. It's a slightly different color to the other reds. That throws me off a little bit. It was from a Picture My Life card, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. Here I hadn't originally drawn in the squiggle that was around the what I perceived to be a water splash that I hadn't originally drawn in, so I just go back in and draw that. And then what are we going to do next? I think we start embellishing very soon. Oh, here's my journaling. So I am going through and putting a little bit of journaling on here. It's not very much, but just so people understand why there's a large watermelon juice in the middle of the page and not anywhere else. It says, every trip to Bali, it has always been the same drink of choice, watermelon juice every time. And that is what we popped there. I did have some trouble in the corner with getting that to fit. It kind of swirls around the bottom of that jar, and hopefully you'll see that in the slowdown right at the end. It's it swirls around down there. I have realized now that I'm looking at the layer right at the end here that I've covered the word every up. I will have to redo that little bit. Isn't that funny now that I'm looking at it last? Now, adding a few embellishments, we've got the You're One in a Melon, which completely makes sense in here. To offset the fact that I've brought in a different color there, that creamy yellow, I had put the yellow up in the top there as well with the sun. A couple of other just stickers and little bits that were laying around. I bring in a sticker of a melon here somewhere because I know it's covering my every, I know this, so border. But one of the things that I do find at about this point that it is a bit too stark for my liking. It looks just too much. That's where I cover the every, people. It just looks too stark for me. So I am going to, there is a little piece missing there. I do find it in a second. There's a little piece of blue missing too in a moment, and I will hand cut that. I just kind of trace it and cut it as best as I can. So I am finding this just a little stark. So I'm going to bring in a little bit of black sort, I think it is, distress oxide, and a water brush. And what I am going to do is I'm just going to fill those areas in and then blend it out so it's lighter as it gets to the edge. So at this point I'm kind of crossing my fingers and hoping that this is not a disaster, because it could be, and doing this could have completely ruined the whole piece. But I think it added a little bit of depth and a little bit of something else in the background. It just looked like it had been slapped on or drawn on or something. I don't know. It just didn't look right to me. So this is how I fixed it in my mind. Let me know in the comments if you think this fixed it or whether it ruined it. Now the next thing is I do kind of a little bit of ruin in here. One of my splatters, you know, they're hard to control. Sometimes I get a big splatter right in that middle, and I was going for biggish, but probably not smack bang right there. Not much I can do about that. I just have to work with it. It's the thing of having a splattering last and not before you get to that stage. Now I'm bringing in a few. These are little clear gems. You know, you guys are really going to struggle to see it. They are little clear gems. They're domed. They're probably about 3 or 4 millimeters high, so they're quite textured. And in real life, they give a little bit of height and dimension on the page, because at the moment this is pretty flat. And they just pick up in the image where there should be a few little bubbles. And this is just where I'm hand cutting that tiny little piece of paper. I think the one thing I want to take away from this for everyone is how amazing is paper. Like, this is what you can do with it. Paper and a little pen. I think it's absolutely amazing. Please hit the like button, the subscribe button, the what else is there? Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know if I'm just living in a dream world where this is absolutely nowhere near a good layout, because I'm quite happy with it, and I would love to know your thoughts. Apart from that, guys, have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.